Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has embarked on a week-long visit to Africa and the Middle East. He will stop in Mozambique, Cote d'Ivoire, Ethiopia, and Oman. And for more, we're joined in the studio by Ms. Su Xiaohui, Assistant Researcher at the China Institute of International Studies. Thank you for joining us on NewsHour, Ms. Su. So we know that Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has angered Japan's neighbors. So what do you think the main aim is on his tour to Africa and the Middle East?
Well, I believe the first aim is for economic growth of Japan. We know that Japan believes that Africa is a promising region. And according to Shinzo Abe's understanding, he needs to seek more opportunity for economic growth for its own country. We can see the three countries chosen by Shinzo Abe. All these three countries, to be honest, are not developed countries in the world. But we have to say that these three countries are very robust in economic growth. We can see last year all these three countries make economic growth more than 7%, and they are all believed to be very promising countries in Africa, in this region. So that is why Shinzo Abe chose these three countries to visit. Another reason, as you mentioned, Shinzo Abe is facing a lot of pressure inside this country. After he visited the Yasukuni Shrine, the domestic public, the civilians, criticized him for worsening the relationship with the neighboring countries. So in this context, visiting Africa will distrust the attention and try to gain more support from the public. Another reason is, as you may know, that Japan has been seeking the permanent membership in the United States Security Council. That is quite important for Japan, and it is one of its important aims. So Shinzo Abe is trying to gain more support from Africa. According to Japan's understanding, Africa's influence is increasing in the world. So Japan is trying to seek more support from Africa and try to counterbalance China's influence in this region.
And we also know that Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi is also on a trip to Africa. Do you think this is just a coincidence?
Well, I have to say that from China's perspective, we did not plan to do that. If you know that China attaches great importance to Africa, if you look at Chinese foreign ministers visit every year, I have to say that from 1991, almost every year, Chinese foreign minister will visit Africa as the first stop in his annual visits. So that means that Africa is always a priority in China's foreign affairs. And this time, it was also the first visit planned before this visit, and we have made a lot of preparation. And according to China, the countries we chose a very, I have to say, poor countries in the world, very less developed and least developed countries. So China is trying to provide more